Young man, there's no need to feel down. Said young man, pick yourself off the ground. Said young man, 'cause you're in a new town. There's no need to be unhappy. Young man, there's a place you can go. Said young man, when you're short on your dough, you can stay there, and I'm sure you will find many ways to have a good time. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA, hey. They have everything for young men to enjoy. You can hang out with all the boys. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA, hey. You can get yourself clean. You can have a good meal. You can do whatever you feel. Young man, are you listening to me? I said, young man, what do you want to be? Said, young man, you can make real your dreams, but you got to know this one thing. No man does it all by himself. Said, young man, put your pride on the shelf and just go there to the YMCA. I'm sure they can help you today. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA, hey. They have everything for young men to enjoy. You can hang out with all the boys. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA, hey. You can get yourself clean. You can have a good meal. You can do whatever you feel. Young man, I was once in your shoes. I said I was down and out with the blues. Felt no man cared if I were alive. I felt the whole world was so jive. That's when someone came up to me, said, young man, take a walk up the street. There's a place there called the YMCA. They can start you back on your way. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA, hey. They have everything for young men to enjoy. You can hang out with all the boys. YMCA, it's fun to stay at the YMCA, hey. Young man, there's no need to feel down. Young man, get yourself off the ground. YMCA, you'll find it at the YMCA, hey. Young man, I was watching your shoes. Young man, I was down with the blues. YMCA, it's fun to stay at the YMCA, hey. They have everything for young men to enjoy. You can hang out with all the boys. YMCA. Anyhow, that's kind of a long song, tell you the truth. It's a good song. The people that sing it are the village people. YMCA. That song was a hit back in the 1970s. Anyhow, I spent 1 year at the YMCA, and it was one of the most dangerous places I ever lived. I was only there a year, but that year at the YMCA, we had like 10 murders. And me living there, Jesus, I didn't know if I was going to live or die myself. But that was in Halifax, the YMCA in Halifax. I spent 1 year. Jesus Christ, what a dangerous place. I'll tell you why it was so dangerous. There's a couple reasons behind it. A lot of people that came to the YMCA are people that just got out of prison. And what the YMCA is, you get one room. You get a room. And a lot of the convicts from prison, like all the worst prisons in Canada, were released to the YMCA. And they would get a room. but there's a lot of fights and stabbings and killings. I was only there 1 year. We had like 10 murders. So at nighttime, I'd lock my door, and I had a bat by my door. So if anybody came through the door, I was going to hit them with a bat. This was back in the 70s. And the YMCA was actually a dangerous place to live. Because I didn't know myself if I'd live or die myself like the rest of them. We had 10 murders in that year. There were beatings and stabbings, most of them. And it's such a dangerous place, such a dangerous atmosphere. I didn't feel secure living there, to be honest. Please subscribe to the Dennis Ramsay YouTube channel. Share the 14,000 videos and enjoy them. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe. See, back in the 1970s, the YMCA, you could rent a room there and it was cheap. So all the guys out of Dorchester in prison would come from the prisons to the YMCA. And you had murderers, killers, robbers, rapists. Every bad element of life lived there. So, you know, you didn't know what was going to happen. I've seen a lot of brutal fights. I've seen people hit people on the head with whiskey bottles and wine bottles and split their old skull wide open. Man, I've seen some bad things. I've seen a lot of bloody messes, let's put it that way. And it's not good if you see all that traumatic type of stuff. You never forget about it. It's always in your mind. There's things that happened I'll never forget that I seen. Let's put it that way. Subscribe to the Dennis Ramsay YouTube channel. Have a nice day. Sunny and Kempful. I hope I got the song right. If I didn't, I'll redo it.